In this video, we are talking about the idea of being remarkable. Let's go. G'day, welcome to Small Crown Productions here. Welcome to the Business of Art. On this channel, I talk about the things that we can do to help us build the business around our creative work. So if that is something that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing. Today's video is a little bit different. It is the third in a small video series that I'm doing for Nedu Care Foundation, a charity based in Nigeria who asked for some advice around growing their awareness and connection to people in the Western world in the hope that they can generate more donors to the work that they do. So I'm talking about two concepts here around being remarkable. Now, of course, this doesn't take into account the concept of creating your own content and blog posts and using SEO and search engine optimization to be able to grow search traffic to your website. These are just two other concepts that I thought were really relevant that could work for Nedu Care Foundation and of course for any of us that are trying to grow awareness for our own brand. I hope you find this useful and enjoyable, and I will see you on the other side. The idea of being remarkable literally means doing something worth making a remark about. So you imagine if you were digging deep into those donors that are already supporting you, that you're really connecting with them and conversing with them and giving them the sort of stuff that excites them in regards to information about the outcomes that you're achieving. That's going to be something that will be worth them making a remark about, and they will spread the word and bring more people in. So let's say you run a project where you're going to get 1,000 people to donate $100 this year, that you've budgeted out what that $100,000 would be spent on, how it's going to be allocated. That's very clearly laid out on the website. It's super simple for somebody to look at and understand, and it's compelling enough that someone says, I can get behind that, and they donate $100. What happens next? Often people will just get an email that says, thank you for your donation. Here's your receipt. Sometimes they don't even get that. So what can you do that is so remarkable that people want to talk about it? And it doesn't have to cost you money. It's clear that you've got technology. It's clear that you're using video and you're editing and you're able to do that. What if you filmed your team celebrating the fact that this person donated, that you're calling their name out at the top of your lungs, celebrating them for their donation, so that they get to feel something like what you felt when they donated, that you reciprocate that feeling of gratitude back to them through a video. That would be remarkable. That would be something that probably nobody else is getting when they donate $100 to a charity. And you've got the technology and the time to do that. And that might not be something that you can do and scale, but while you have so few donors right now, you have the time and the opportunity to be remarkable for those individuals. So what is it that you can do that will be so remarkable for them, that shows them the gratitude and that feeling of joy that you felt when you received the donation? How can you help them feel that so they want to talk about it, maybe give again, but more importantly, show somebody else? Now, on the flip side, social media also creates the opportunity for you to stand out and be remarkable without any kind of middleman. You're already filming and putting things on social media, on YouTube. There is opportunity there for you to be remarkable. One of the best people in the world for this is Mr. Beast on YouTube. Mr. Beast has a video that has 19 million views over the last 5 years because he sat in one sitting and counted to 10,000. And then he has a follow-up video with 25 million views because he sat and counted to 100,000. It took him 40 hours to do that. And he had to condense the video into 24 hours when he uploaded it. But that is remarkable, and that's what makes him stand out. And if you look at his channel, yes, he does a lot of stunts where he's giving away an island or giving away cash. But when you go back and dig through his past history of videos on YouTube, he did a lot of stuff that really stood out and was remarkable with no cash outlay. Counting to 10,000, that was remarkable. Counting to 100,000, that was remarkable. He's taken that and scaled that, but he started with no cash outlay. And you could do the same thing. What if you connected some concept like that to the outcomes that you wanted, let's say education, and perhaps your team sat and actually read every defined word in the English Oxford Dictionary, all 600,000 of them. It might take you a week, but Would a team of people in Nigeria reading every defined word in the English Oxford Dictionary get some attention? I reckon it would. So find something that you can do that doesn't cost you money, even better if it's connected specifically to some of the outcomes that you're looking for, that will potentially not just get donor attention, but it might get media attention, it might get social media attention, and it might get you noticed in that way. It's going to build the credibility of what you're trying to do, and it will bring attention to the work that you do. Maybe. Because we all know how volatile that is. That sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. You might need to test a few different things. You might need to do a few different things before something really hits. You might want to start smaller and see what kind of response you get and go from there. But think about those types of things as a way that you can stand out on social media and be remarkable in order to bring attention in. But that attention is no good if you don't have the funnel ready for those people to be able to clearly see what it is you're trying to achieve and donate simply and easily. And then you won't get them back again if you're not giving them that depth of connection that we talked about in point 1. Now, I'm not saying that reading out every defined word of the English Oxford Dictionary is the answer for you. It's an idea. But then take it to the next step. If you said that you were going to do that, you're going to need to plan for that. It's going to take a bit of planning and a bit of organization. That then can become some of the content that you're sharing on social media, getting people excited. Pick a date, set a date that you're going to do this, and start to basically count down from that day so that people can start to get excited about it. Give yourself plenty of lead time so that you've got time to organize it. But if you put it out there and then reached out to the English Oxford Dictionary, maybe they would send you enough English Oxford dictionaries to be able to do it. And then maybe a streaming service like YouTube or Vimeo or StreamYard might be interested in helping you get that out into the world. Maybe a camera company, a Sony, a Fuji, a Canon would be interested in providing the technology that helped you record that to get it out online. Perhaps that's possible. You won't know until you try. And maybe they don't this time, but maybe you do this and it gets attention, and that excites people for the next thing that you do. There's 2 other things that I want you to think about. Something that Dean Jackson said to me: you need to go where the money is. I work in the arts, and so we often get caught up in the same kind of mindset that we're looking to sell one ticket. I can see that you've got brand partnership and corporate kind of connection point on your website, which is great. But you also promote Christian lifestyle. You've obviously got a connection to churches. Find some churches. Start talking to churches about connecting in with churches in the Western world. The people that have already donated to you, are they connected to a church? Can you get connected through them to their church? Even if they don't become a regular donator to your organization, they might be somewhere that you can send information that they share with their congregation so that people might then get involved and see what you're doing. The other thing that, it's kind of the elephant in the room that really needs to be talked about is the fact that a lot of people in the Western world have had experience with scammers sending emails from Nigerian princes. So this is something you need to be really conscious of, is that there is a greater level of trust that you need to build for some people because of scammers that are using Nigeria as a scapegoat. But what that might also do is give you the opportunity to face it head on. You could make a whole bunch of memes. Think about how you could take something that has been portrayed negatively and potentially brings a negative light onto the work that you're doing and turn it into something that you're making fun of as well, so that you can potentially capture more interest with humor and break down that stigma and that wall. You're acknowledging, yes, that this is a real thing, but this isn't us. So it's also something that I would consider for you.